So I've always been a big fan of the Double Quanta and the Harut and the Zabanya, but the one mobile suit I never really liked was the Raphael. Now don't get me wrong, I don't mean the one that we got in the show. The show was pretty, or the movie, it was pretty cool. It's the model, the high grade that came out at the same time, which I think was like 2010. And it's not even the actual mobile suit itself, it's what came with it, which really let me down. So it looks pretty cool. I love the fact that finally the Gundam Meister who had purple in his spacesuit got a mobile suit with purple on it. It always was like, Virtue was the same color as the Cerevi, was like a black, dark gray color. So I'm glad that we finally got one with purple to match his suit, like everybody else. It's like Voltron all over again. And it's got great articulation, I can't fault it with that. It really poses well. Really got some good motion in the legs. I would be careful with the ball joint polycaps. You might want to swap them out after all this time if you've got this when I got this, because man, that boy's getting chewed up. But they're easily replaced. I have tons of those because you always usually get extras with SD kits, so I don't have a problem there. Maybe a little more tilting there would be nice. I like the sticker here. I don't love stickers that much, but I like it when it's a black one and silver panel lining in the sticker. That's always kind of cool to me. I don't know why. Same thing with it has on the forehead. And let's just look at the face, because I do appreciate that kind of like chin brace that it has. It definitely has the look of the Cerevi with the like devil horns it has with the V-fin. So we definitely tried. And you guys are probably thinking it too, because I did when I first bought this thing, that it was just like a retool and recolor of the Gadessa or the Garazo or the Gadis. But as far as I can tell, completely different. I think maybe the joints are the same. I think that might be the only parts that were reused. Because while it looks similar, the armor, like the arms are longer on the Gadessa here. The legs, these are just two pieces, where this one has the kneecap. Even the detailing on the thighs are different. Even on the backpack, something you might not even notice, is slightly different. See these thrusters here? There's these little notches in there, little detail. Completely smooth on the Gadessa. So yeah, they made a really good effort designing this to make it look like Terraria used spare parts of those mobile suits to make this, but the model isn't. Now the main Raphael here doesn't have much to work with in terms of weapons, and this isn't the beam rifle it came with. I think this is actually the Nautilus. I couldn't find the Raphaels. I don't know what happened to it. It's very similar, but you'll see in the picture it is a little more compact than the sticky up scope here, but close enough, right, for interpretation. So that's all the stuff from the Raphael, which I really like. Like, if it was just this, I'd be a little disappointed because all the other mobile suits are like bombastic, and this is very simple. But they did do it with Cerevi 2 or hat mode. And this is where it falls apart, because while I really do like the idea of just having it rest on the, you don't need that anymore, in the back, like it's pegged into between these two vents, and it just becomes a really big hat and like kickstand, which does help it stand. Like, it was really helpful on a shelf. It doesn't do what it should do. Well, first off, it can rotate the GN claws, and you actually get two. I don't know why they even bothered this. They could have saved and done things right if they hadn't given us one claw that doesn't do anything. Like, you just have the toe here that can kind of move, but this is solid. And then you have a set of ones that can articulate, because they're supposed to like open up, and you have the GN cannon in there. It goes blah, and then things explode. And they do have the two GN drive tabs in there. Like, the fact that they molded that in there, separate pieces, pretty cool. But you see, that's the Cerevi 2's head. Very simple version, but it should transform into the Cerevi 2. Now, I wouldn't have been so angry if it had just parts formed. I would be fine with that, but the fact that you can even see the crotch, the legs, like the thighs, the actual legs here, and the feet, of course, open up, so you could technically have it stand. It'd be a little harder. You'd have to maybe do a little bit of modification here, but the joints are there for toes. You can tow. And then you got the cannons that his hands are holding. Of course, they're molded into this, so that doesn't work, but it irritates me, because look at this. You can do a half of one, kind of. Like, everything was there. The fact that they could have had more plastic if they hadn't given us an extra one of these. And then maybe we could have at least gotten movable joints in the legs. Because I wouldn't have expected a whole lot. What I was hoping for, after I got this dumb thing, was that they would give us a separate mold like they did with the CeraV and the Seraphim. The CeraV came with just a backpack with a Gundam face. And then you had the Seraphim, which you could apply to the CeraV and make it appropriate. I guess they didn't sell well, because we only got like 6 kits in this whole line, and it was really disappointing that they didn't finish, really. They just half-assed it, literally. I mean, the Zabanya was good, except it didn't have all the GN rifles that it should have. The Harut was pretty good, I thought. Of course, we never got their final mission modes until like 2 years ago, so it took a little while. But I just felt that they really half-assed this line, and it kind of made me upset, because Raphael should have been right up there with the other ones, but this line and the high grade just really let me down.